What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of MJC the Outdoorsman, the channel that's all about doing awesome stuff while experiencing everything the great outdoors has to offer. Hope you're ready for another amazing video. Sit back, relax, and let's adventure. Today's adventure is going to be a little bit of a different one. We're not going to be outdoors because it's getting dark and I really don't feel like setting up studio lighting, and I also just don't have enough firewood prepared to cook on a fire. It's also getting too late for me to really be cooking on the grill, and also the fact of the matter is I again don't want to set up studio lights, so we're going to be in the kitchen tonight. I was debating whether or not I wanted to make this episode same thing with the two previous cooking episodes, the steak and the hamburgers, but I'm just like, this is stuff that I would do outdoors, what I'm about to cook today, and I thought I would just film a little bit of a cooking episode even though we're kind of stuck in the kitchen. And also, I know I haven't filmed too many other types of episodes. I'm kind of really stuck. I need to get out fishing again. I need to go to the shooting range. I need to somehow mix things up and not always do a ton of cooking on this channel, even though I do love to cook. But let's head to the kitchen. Kinda already got most of everything set up here. Was gonna just cook dinner as normal and then decided last minute, hey, I'm gonna go grab the camera and film an episode. We're gonna be pan frying some salmon. So I got the burner on the stove lit, heating up the pan right now. Originally, I wanted to fry this in the cast iron skillet in vegetable oil. Problem is, we don't have proper breading. The flour in the house is also expired, so this is the best that I can do right now. Eventually, I will fry some fish and make what one of my favorite YouTubers, Lake Fork Guy, says, golden crispies. Big surprise, we finally got the tripod. I'm really happy about that. So we're gonna season this fish, see, that seems like a little bit too much, with some lemon pepper. And I'm gonna rub that around just to spread it a little bit, just so it doesn't, you know, get too crazy. Flip it over, we'll season the other side. Silver skin is still on this, and I am too lazy to take that off, so I'm just gonna season this side. And usually we just leave the skin on anyway here in this house, so nobody has a problem with it. I've probably had the pan going for a little bit too long, but we're gonna put this in Silverson side there, or side down. While I'm thinking of it, this is eventually going to get cut in half, so just to make flipping a little easier, probably should have did this before I put it in the pan, and I don't think that's exactly half, but we'll even it out when it comes time to putting everything on the plate. Let's just see the bottom of that and not try to get hit by sparks of grease. Oh, and I sprayed this pan too, and it's going to stick now. This is why I cut it in half. And that silver skin just came right off. Whoever wants that can have it. It's pretty good. I'll just leave that into the side. And this piece is far from done. Probably could have let it go on the other side a little bit more, but I'll flip it again one more time when we get closer to being done and just make sure it's cooked completely through. I may have walked away for a little bit too long, and well, that's exactly what happened when I flipped it over. But I'm gonna turn this down all the way to low, and we're gonna get the other piece of salmon out of the packaging, rinse it all off, and get that all seasoned up. So took a few pieces out of the pan that were kind of falling off. These were already cooked, so I'm gonna take a little taste test and also try not to dip my hand, elbow, in the pan. I can definitely taste that lemon pepper. I'm sorry you can't see me because I'm zoomed in on this spot. That tastes amazing. So got the next piece of salmon all washed, took the first set out of the pan as well, and we're gonna get this seasoned up. But what I'm gonna do firsthand is this time around I'm gonna cut it in half before we put it in the pan so we don't have that problem again. And this is a lot tougher. Maybe I should have waited until it was in the pan or flipped it around. Well, we can flip it over and hope we cut along that same seam. Let's find that. Oh. Yep, this is a lot tougher. These are duller knives. Well, it is sort of cut in half. We'll finish cutting it in half when it's in the pan. gonna put this in silver skin side down so you can't see me, but you can sort of hear it. So for one of our side dishes tonight, we've got some Knorr rice sides, cheddar, and broccoli rice. Already got a pot over on the stove. So need to go get the necessary ingredients. We're doing 2 packets of this stuff. So I need 1.33 cups of water per packet. And I also need 1/4 cup of milk plus a tablespoon of margarine. So let's gather all that stuff up and put it in the pot and actually get this stuff cooking, because I'm now starting to get hungry just looking at this food. So I've already added the water to the pot, and at this point I need 1/4 cup of milk per pack. So we're gonna pour this once. Is that even up to 1/4? Not quite. It is now. And one more time, without spilling everything all over the damn place. And a tablespoon of butter per pack. I kind of just eyeball it. I know it probably was not 2 equal tablespoons, but that should do it. Never had a problem in the past making this kind of rice, and I don't think I will now. And from there, all we really need to do is just put this stuff in the pot. And I probably should have lit the burner beforehand, but we can do that after. You know, that's one of the most important steps to make sure that it cooks. It just doesn't matter, you know, when you do it, either before you put everything in the pot or after. That's that. Grab a match because our igniters on this stove don't work. So it sort of is like camping, because you would do this with a regular camping stove if you didn't have an igniter on it. And our second and final side dish of this meal is going to be some frozen vegetables. We have got the frozen Normandy blend from Bird's Eye, which is sliced carrot, zucchini, yellow squash, broccoli, and cauliflower florets. We love frozen vegetables in this house, so we eat a ton of them. I don't know how well you'd be able to keep these frozen if you were out camping, but fresh vegetables always work, and you can make this sort of blend if you have fresh vegetables on you. So, got the vegetables all done. 20 minutes in the microwave, drained all the water out of it, and we are going to do a little bit of what I would call a glaze. I don't know what you would want to call this, but we add some butter into the mixture. Off the spoon now. Do one more little sliver. The thicker it is, the easier it comes off. The thinner it is, you get the point. We're gonna mix this all around. I just want to get all that butter through the vegetables. This adds a little bit of flavor to it, but it's also going to help stick the next item we're going to put into this little bit of a glaze. Yeah, there's a lot of melted butter at the bottom, but that's a good little sauce to pour over everything at the end. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add some garlic powder into the mixture. I love doing this with green beans. I've never tried it with this kind of a medley before. And just like that, 4 plates made up. So as you can see, what I did here is I put the cheddar and broccoli rice on the plate first, and then I put the fish on top of it. My sister was actually asking me when I was saying I'm doing rice if we had white rice, and of course we don't in the house, so this works just as good. Obviously, if you wanted to do this over a bed of white rice, that would work just as well. But this dinner looks amazing. It's time to eat. Dinner is over, everything is cleaned up, and with that, it brings us to the end of today's adventure, my friends. Final verdict on the dinner. Everybody loved it. They loved the presentation, they loved the taste. The fish really went well with the cheddar and broccoli rice, and the vegetables with that glaze that I made was amazing. My sister and my dad knew that it was lemon pepper seasoning. My mom didn't, and she said she loved it and that we need to use it more. I know you can do lemon pepper chicken, which I'm going to eventually. I'd love to do a lemon pepper campfire chicken recipe. I'm just not 100% sure on other meats that I can use lemon pepper seasoning on. I'm gonna have to do my research. But I hope you guys get a chance to go out there and make this recipe yourself. Now, of course, this recipe transfers over to the campsite, over a campfire, or with a camping stove very, very easily, and it's a really tasty recipe. So that's why I love making these videos. So one, I get to make really awesome food, and two, you guys get to go and make that same really awesome food for yourself, and you can have the video to look back on to see how I made the recipe, or try something different that I didn't do in this episode yourself, and obviously leave a comment down below and let me know what you did different. However, that's gonna do it for this episode right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, head down below and click the subscribe button if you have not already. While you're down there, turn on the bell so that way you get notified every single time I upload a brand new episode to this channel. If you got any comments about this video, or maybe you got video suggestions you'd like me to do on this channel, leave those down below. Don't forget to share this channel and this video with your family and friends. All of that would be greatly appreciated. See you guys on the next one. Keep adventuring, my friends.